Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video. So, this is a bit of an interesting one. I definitely did feel like it was necessary to make a video on this. And there's some interesting things at play here, right? So, basically what we have going on is that there is a news notice in-game on JP Dokkan. Gresh translated it for us that some enemy characters in the first 10 stages of Super Battle Road will have their categories adjusted. Now, as of right now, as far as we know, this is specifically only going to be enemies in Super Battle Road. I feel like, honestly, they really... Okay, there's a lot of things with categories that need to be fixed, right? So, like, if they're... Let's look at some of these units. Like, specifically, Mecha Frieza removed from the Android/Cell Saga, right? So, if we head over here to Frieza, they're specifically talking about this one right here. Not the physical one, but this int Mecha Frieza. Now, obviously, this is from the Android/Cell Saga category, right? For sure. But, if we go ahead and Dokkan Awaken him, he goes into this Golden Frieza. Now, as you guys might remember, this guy was not in the Android/Cell Saga. What they really need to go through and do on all of these units is enough of the BS. They need to have this guy be on the Android/Cell Saga team, and then watch this. He Dokkan Awakens, right? And then he just loses the category. That's all. Hello. They could do that. Like, I don't want to hear it. They can do that. That's what they need to go through and do for all of these units. The reason why is specifically the vast amount of units that do particular things against certain enemies, or like having certain allies that have certain categories. It throws everything into chaos when, you know, like one of these Golden Friezas right here has the Planet Namek Saga like category. Like, what? Like, yeah, I remember when Golden Frieza was on Planet Namek. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, remove these guys from the Planet Namek Saga. You know, something like Trunks. So we have the LR Trunks and my card, right? So if we head down to our boy Trunks and then go to that SCR... Okay, just doing this, that's fine. We go to that Trunks over here. This guy does not have the Hybrid Saiyan category because he awakens into Trunks and Mai, right? But it's stupid. Give him the Hybrid Saiyan category. Then when he awakens to LR, you take it away. It's not tough. And again, this is another character. Like, okay, per Time Traveler category ally in the team, he gets stronger. You know, he dodges against a future Saga enemy. You know, the confusion and the weirdness with a lot of these categories, it does make things more difficult with these characters that specifically are geared towards it. Now, one other thing I should mention too, so, you know, me and the homie Garesh, we got to talking as to what this could mean. Garesh actually tossed this out. Now, I believe Cooler's info, you guys can see on the screen right now, it's 2:22 a.m. for me. I believe Cooler's info is probably going to be revealed at 4 a.m. That's what we're expecting, because Cooler is arriving on Halloween, which, you know, basically, Cooler is arriving in 48 hours. He comes out. So, we're going to be getting his info very, very shortly here. The homie Garesh actually tossed it out to me that perhaps this could have something to do with how Cooler's card is structured, right? Like, Garesh threw out that maybe Cooler does more damage if an enemy is on more categories or something like that, which certainly could be interesting. Now, Garesh didn't go into particulars, but maybe Cooler will do, like, he'll get 10% of an extra attack buff per category that the enemy has, right? So then maybe, you know, they kind of, like, starting to look at it and they're like, well, you know, we should probably kind of clean up some of these categories. Like, it's hard to tell exactly what they're thinking with a lot of it, right? So I have Super Battle Road pulled up. Oh, by the way, so I wanted to point out this Frieza, because people were like, what? It's asinine that Mecha Frieza would not be on the Android/Cell Saga team, right? By the way, they need to give us a better Mecha Frieza, by the way. This does not cut it. I don't know if he's worthy of a Dokkan Fest exclusive, but we at the very least could have, like, an STR, like, okay, we could get a Mecha Frieza on this level for sure. Like, you guys know how good this guy is. Like, you know, rather than these two AGL Final Form Friezas they gave us, they could have given us one of them as Mecha Frieza. The other thing I wanted to point out, everyone was panicking, thinking that they were referring to this Goten, and that he would be removed from the sibling bond category. I mean, as we all know, this guy is a monster. He's on a million teams, and on that sibling bond team, he's so important. But no, it's not that Goten that they're referring to. It's this Goten right here, this tech one right here, that after he awakens, he does become a Gotenks card, right? So that's, like, more specifically what they're referring to, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let me get rid of this, and let's head into the first 10 stages. So we're looking at Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. Great Saiyaman was added to hybrids because it's Gohan, and Great Saiyaman 2 was added to the Buu saga. So let's see. Where are they at? Here we go, right here. So it's these two right here. These two will be adjusted. See, like the actual card itself has hybrid Saiyans, and then this Great Saiyaman 2 does have Buu saga. So it's interesting to me that these enemies just did not have the same categories as the characters. Like it's weird. And then that Goten we just looked at. One of the Frieza first forms, I know exactly which one that's referring to. It's the fight with Zarbon and Dodoria. Where is that? Yes, this one right here. Oh, this is the V-Jump card. That's what this is. So this is a card that Global will never get, but I mean, obviously, who cares, right? But like, this I believe this was like a code from V-Jump that would get you this card. So obviously, this card is unobtainable at this point, right? And he does awaken into this, in Golden Frieza, who not exactly impressive, but I don't know. It's just definitely weird stuff. Let's see what else we have, and then Mecha Frieza, of course, because I believe it's no, it's this one right here. Yeah, this Mecha Frieza right here. Okay, so there's the different units that will have their categories adjusted. Now, again, as I was pointing out, the reason this is likely being done is I feel like they do kind of have to go through. Dokkan is so successful. It's like, listen, y'all can go through and fix everything. Like fix all these category shenanigans, all this nonsense. So, several months ago, the new LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Dokkan Fest boss battle, I jumped into there to showcase this guy right here, Copy Vegeta. I have no idea why he's not out on Global. There's literally, like, unlike the Universe 6 event where they're holding on to that to release on Global until Kale and Khalifa come out. That's why they're not on Global, right? That's why that event is not on Global. There's an obvious reason. This guy, dog, I don't know. I mean, he should have been on Global on March 18th, 2019. Honestly, that's what I think. I see no reason why this guy should not have released on Global at the exact same time. It was stupid. I mean, I guess you want to say because Global did not have LR Super Baby 2 at the time and did not have the Artificial Life Form category, but who cares? That does not matter at all. They've done a ton of dumb things. Remember when they accidentally released that SR Vegito early, and then they released a Majin Buu art category before Physical Super Vegito even released on Global? There's no excuse why this guy couldn't have been out months ago on March 18th, the same day as over there on JP. But what this guy is interesting when going up against a Vegeta family category enemy, right? So he gets 60% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets an additional 30% attack and defense at the start of each turn. And then all enemies lose 30% attack and defense if there's a Vegeta family category enemy. That is massive. That is like a ridiculous ability for a free-to-play unit. Lowering the enemy's attack by 30% is such a massive number. Now, when I was going through this Vegeta boss, I noticed, oh, you know what's interesting here? Despite the fact that this is Vegeta, and Vegeta, this Vegeta right here, oh, I already had him up. This Vegeta doesn't have the Vegeta family category, and he doesn't have pure Saiyans. Matter of fact, he's not on any categories at all. It's so stupid. You know why? Because he Dokkan awakens into baby Vegeta. I was literally just talking to the homie Garesh, who pointed out it's ridiculously dumb, even more so, that baby Vegeta is not on the Vegeta family team, and he's also not on the pure Saiyan team when we go ahead and pull up baby here. Take a look at this. So, if we go down and we take a look at baby Gohan, we take a look at baby Goten, and we take a look at baby Trunks, right? All three of them are on the hybrid Saiyan category team. Now, you could say, oh, well, baby was not inside of them at the time. It was just his eggs. Baby was actually in Vegeta. No, bullshit. Stop it. All right, because at one time, baby was in Goten, he was in Gohan, and he was in Trunks. Like, at certain points in that saga, he possesses all three of them. They're all on the hybrid Saiyan team. There's no reason that Vegeta can't be on the pure Saiyan team. And guess what? Yes, Gogeta and Vegito should be on pure Saiyans now as well. I wasn't so upset when it first came out because they're trying to balance things, right? I understand. Like they don't want to make stuff too OP, too crazy, all that. But when that gets thrown out the window is when you release this. There is no balance in this game when this exists. And there is no balance in this game when this exists right here. So you could put Vegito and Gogeta on Pure Saiyans. It'll be okay. I promise. It's not going to be a game changer. And it is weird. Why is Gogeta not on Pure Saiyans? But then Gotenks is on Hybrid Saiyans. Now, the obvious answer is because you take, at the time when this released, you take all those Gotenks cards off the Hybrid Saiyan team, and it would have been so weak, because, you know, so many units were not out when the Hybrid Saiyan team first came out, right? So, it was so necessary that Gotenks was on there. It's just, there's a lot of things like that they have to fix. You know, there's so many units nowadays that it's just so important, like, categories, like, various different category things. So, like, we look at this, like, you know, Gohan can only transform if there's an android enemy or ally on your team or you're fighting one, right? Like, that's important. You know, look at this next guy right here, Tech God Goku. You know, when you're going up against a movie boss category enemy, he's going to have this minus 77% damage reduction. You're not going to take damage. Like, they're releasing so many units nowadays, like this, that are good in specific situations against specific type of enemies. So, like, I do want them to completely fix all of these categories. Like, in truth, Mecha Frieza should be on the Android Cell Saga team. That one. This First Form Frieza should be on the Namek Saga team. This Goten should be on the Sibling Bond team. They should not be removing them. They should be adding keeping the categories there. And then, oh yeah, when they Dokkan Awaken, you take it away. I don't want to hear that they can't do that. That's ridiculous. Of course they can. Like, that's what they need to start doing with all this. Fix all the shenanigans, because especially now to where the game is moving to where every unit is built in this manner right here. Like, if you're going up against an Android category enemy, you get a key in addition, like a guaranteed crit. And then if it's a Cell, you get a big attack buff. Like, you know, you're going up against a Vegeta family enemy, you get a monster defensive buff. Like, there's all this type of stuff, but there's like inconsistency. And like, you know, you fight a base form Vegeta. He's part of Vegeta's family. Like, I don't want to hear it. So that is just something that does need to be fixed. Hopefully them doing this is going to eventually lead to that. I mean, we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. Again, you know, maybe this is related to Cooler, who, you know, again, we should get his info in about an hour and a half from now. That's Goresh's theory, and I do actually really like that, because, you know, they'll do something like that. Like, think of Super 17. They designed Super 17, and then they changed the way the game worked, whereas previously, every phase, like, things would be reset rather than, like, at the end of an actual battle itself. But they changed it when Super 17 came out in-game, so perhaps Cooler could be ushering some sort of change into the game. It's very possible. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.